I'm Michael Krigsman, an industry analyst and the host of CXOTalk. I'm speaking with Agata Krzysztofik, who is the Chief Marketing Officer at SimScale. Hey, Agata, how are you?
Hi, Michael. I'm great. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, thanks for spending the time. And please tell us about SimScale.
SimScale is the world's first cloud-based engineering simulation used for virtual prototyping.
I know you're trying to disrupt the computer-aided engineering market, so tell us what you're doing there.
That's right. Today, only 1 out of 25 engineers who could benefit from simulation has access to it. Our goal is to reinvent engineering simulation as a standard tool used by every engineer and designer who could implement it as part of their product development process.
And of course, a big part of that for you is putting CAE software into the cloud, whereas historically it was all on-premise.
Yes, we are the first company that did that, and that way we are also breaking the current barriers of traditional simulation software by making it more accessible, cost-efficient, and also breaking the know-how barrier.
So what are your marketing goals?
We have many different marketing goals. I also own the community area, so not only marketing. That's why the goals kind of spread across these two different areas. For marketing, it's to double the number of professionals adopting SimScale by the end of this year. When it comes to the community, we want to grow our existing SimScale community into the largest engineering community in the world, as well as the public projects library into the largest simulation template library in the world. So
as you try to scale, you're relying very heavily on data to help with this.
Yes, that's correct. We are a very data-driven company, so we track a lot of different metrics. We follow the R framework, which is known as the Pirate metrics. It stands for acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. For each of these areas, we have different metrics mapped to the area that we are tracking. So, for example, for the acquisition, which is very important for the marketing department, we are tracking conversion rates, marketing qualified leads, organic traffic, and many other metrics as well.
How do you think about the personalization of the customer journey? I know that's also another topic that's of keen importance to SimScale.
Yes, it's very important for us to personalize both the user support, his experience, and to guide the user through his user journey within the platform. That's why we also gather the data during the onboarding process, which the user provides us with. And we ask the users about their experience level of simulation, from which industry they're coming from, or if they are using SimScale as professional users or academic users. Based on this, we also personalize their experience. Like, for example, with emails, we are sending different set of emails. There's a completely different track for someone who is an academic user from someone who is a professional user. And the same also, the emails are adjusted to their experience level. We do it for emails, but also, for example, in AdWords and in many other different areas of marketing. Like, for example, in AdWords, we use dynamic landing pages. So for every single campaign that we have and for our most important keywords, we have dedicated landing pages. And that way we make sure that if the user is searching for something, when he clicks on the ad, he actually gets the information that he was looking for.
And are you using just the data that comes up when they register, or are there other kinds of data that you're mixing into this as well?
We are mixing the data. So some of the data are the ones that are provided during the registration. There are also some behavioral data that we get, for example, from Act-On or from the behavior and interactions with emails. And we also use a lot of aggregated data, like, for example, in Google Analytics. So it's not the data that is mapped to a specific user, but more aggregated view. This helps us, for example, to understand the impact of each of our acquisition channel. So we are really tracking how each channel contributes to our main marketing goals. For example, for us, it's very important to measure and we track success with marketing qualified leads. And we are able to know which of the channels is generating the highest number of marketing qualified leads. We split it by organic traffic, by AdWords, by emails. Thanks to this, we, for example, could measure really what we did well. Like a year ago, majority of our marketing qualified leads were generated through paid channels like AdWords. This year, 79% are generated through non-paid channels. So it is a huge difference and like a really good success for us as well.
That's an incredible change. You are using a variety of tools as well. How do you weave these tools together?
Yes, for us, when we are deciding for a new tool, it's very important that the tool is integrated with the other tools that we are already using. A good example is, for example, Act-On. When we were deciding for a marketing automation tool, it was very important for us that it wouldn't be just an email marketing tool, but a robust solution that would integrate with all the other existing tools and that would allow us to fully leverage the potential to track the data properly as well. Act-On is integrated with Google AdWords, with Google Analytics, with Power BI, with Microsoft Dynamics, and all of those tools are the ones that actually we were using before. And by going with the solution, we were able to ensure that we could powerfully use that tool as well.
So you're sharing data among all of these tools in order to understand what's going on with your customers and to personalize based on where they are in the buying cycle or the usage cycle of the product.
Yes, and that way we can also make sure that really the experience that we deliver them is the best that we could offer. We also can share information better across the department. That was a problem that we had before we had all of these tools in place, that often there was a lack of information in terms of the performance of specific emails. We couldn't really do A/B testing, which is an important thing for us as well, because it was very hard to share this information between product, marketing, and sales. With the tools like Act-On, for example, we are sending a lot of information between sales and marketing. We can make sure that also we communicate about specific customer and his needs, and we can react fast enough if the user has specific problems.
Well, the results you're getting are pretty amazing, as you were just describing. What are your future plans for marketing, and how are you going to be using data to do this even more and to do a better job at all of this?
Yeah, we already right now have a lot of dashboards. We are using Power BI for all of our dashboards, but we are never satisfied. We always think that we could do more and better. So one of the things that we would like to use more is lead profiling and also make A/B testing a business as usual.
Fantastic. Well, Agata Krzysztofik from SimScale, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with us.
Thank you as well. It was a pleasure.